I often ask myself, how much work can I get done in a day? And so today, we're doing a one-day build. Hey there, YouTube, it's Cadiot, and welcome back to my single-player Minecraft survival forever world thing, whatever the cool kids are calling it nowadays. Anyway, today, a one-day build. What do I mean when I say one-day build? I mean I am going to try and do an entire build in the span of a day, which, not like a Minecraft day, like a real-life day. Get that out of the way first. What am I planning? Well, I here have kind of a wall outline for something that I have been thinking about for a hot minute, and that is some sort of train elevator, but not like an elevator, kind of like one of those angled ones. I don't know what the correct term for them is, but I want to get the train rail from down there up here, and I'm not really going to put it necessarily directly on this track when it comes up. I want to put it on kind of a separate track so that you can kind of pull it back onto the main fairway. But that's a whole thing for another part of the build. I think for now, we just need to get right into it and start this build because there's no way I get this done in the next 10 hours I have left in the day unless I start right now. Now, there's one place to start off on this, and that is with the white wool line there. This is going to be kind of my outer guide rail to make sure that my whole elevator thing stays on track. At least that's what I think it's going to be. For that, I'm going to be using some polished blackstone as the base for all of the rail. I think it'll look good contrasting up against more of a stone style texture, since that's what I'm going to use for the actual walling. Again, everything is experimental with everything I do, so we'll figure out how well this works whenever it's done. But until then, I mean, it's just place down and go from there, and place down and go from there, and just a monotonous task that really shouldn't be done on camera, but I'm doing on camera right now because it gets me content. I've plopped in my two outer guide rails, and I do not think those would support the full weight of probably two train cars going up and down this thing at a time. So we now need to add actual supporting rails on the lower half. Now, for that, we need to figure out where we want them to go, and I've brought in some grindstones because these will have to go up against the outside, granted not like this, but they'll have to go up against the outside, and then we'll have to bring them in probably one or two in order to have space for that next bit of rail to be held in. So I think based on that, we want to run our actual railing somewhere on this line here. I've now placed in the running rails up on either side. They're both 3 blocks in, like we had determined earlier, and I also started on the walls and the floor. Now, as we'll notice with the floor here, we have kind of this divot here in the center, and this is going to be for the counterweight on the system. Normally with elevators, you'll have some sort of counterweighting to... I don't actually know the reason. It's probably something physics related. I don't know. I don't do that type of engineering. And so I wanted a little guide system, so this is like where that would go. I'll do that out of probably smooth stone. And then I also, from there, still need to finish up the rest of the flooring all the way up to the topmost level. That's really where I am at this point. I've got that, the floor, and then the actual car that slides up and down on these rails, as well as whatever's going to power it. Now, I was just thinking about this. If there's water down here, there's no way to get that out right now. So I need to add some sort of drainage system, probably down in here as well, so that way any water that accumulates over time does not just sit in the basin down here and instead can get drained out. With the rails and walls now in place, I think it is time to get on to the actual car. Now, the car that's going to move it up and down, well, the first thing we'll need are polished andesite stairs for our railing, and then I've got a bunch of just spruce and dark oak. I think a darker color like that, darker wood, will look better. And then I also got to figure out how I want to make the kind of strands of string that'll probably be holding it all to the counterweight and everything. But that is a problem for another minute. For now, I think it is time I get on to the actual car design. With the car and the counterweight now in place, I think it's time to move on to the next step. Structural chickens and the spooling mechanism. Now, when I say spooling mechanism and structural chickens, that is really me just saying I need to have a way to connect this actual car here up and around a big spool where it can spool up and down, and also at the same time connect the counterweight to another said spool up in here as well. So that way, when one goes one way, the other goes the other way, and things happen. Now, for that, I need to build a spool inside the wall here, and then go get some chickens. Put two probably down in here, and we'll put two up in there, connecting the other way. Because leads are going to be my method to make this thing look like it has a string going up and down and back and around and all over the place. While I hate to admit it, I've run into a bit of a problem here, and that is that I didn't think about the distance a lead can go with a structural chicken, and that is about the limit right there, and the arcing on the rope means I had to cut into the pavement, and it's just a whole mess. It's a whole mess, and we're definitely not going to be able to get a structural chicken line from up here all the way over there, because that is just too long of a lead. It's just not possible. I really wish there was a way we could just, like, put leads between two fence posts. I mean, if we could just, like, go bang, bang between them and have it be perfect and just a taut line, it'd be great. But we can't do that, so structural chickens are out to get me. Not out to get me. Structural chickens are out for getting over here, which sucks. Which means now we're going to have to go on to plan B, which is doing an actual wire out of probably fences or something that hopefully looks decent enough. Probably will not be the greatest thing in the world, but it's better than nothing, so I guess I'll do that now. We are all roped up now, and by rope I mean fenced, and by fenced I mean, well, no, those are just fences, never mind. We're all fenced up now. That is the statement that I am making at this very moment. Moving on. We're all fenced up, and we really got one step left on this project here, and that is figuring out what we want to do for the actual driving power source for the spool. Now, for that, well, not really much space here to put a gear or anything, so I think I'm going to put some sort of wall post going over to an actual, almost powerhouse somewhere over here, where we'll have, like, smokestacks, and they would spin the whole spool through some gears inside of the walls that then cause this to move the counterweights up and down and up and down. Now, I think another way this could be done, but is not going to work here, would be driving it via, like, a water wheel that would spin it, but without all the right pulleys and everything that do not clearly exist in this instance, and actually having a source of water that we could use way up at this high point. Without any of that, that wouldn't work. So factory it is. And just like that, the powerhouse is completed. So now really all left to do is some finishing touches. I'm thinking about throwing a rail car on here just to get the point across. And other than that, we're good. Like, it is done. It is in a totally completed state. I mean, I got the rails I got to connect back here, but that's another problem for another day when I get over to this side of the town. Other than that, though, it is there, like, lighting it up, and that's about it. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but I'm done. I'm done. I've done it. I've done it. There's a trapdoor flicked up that should not be flicked up. I'm going to have to redo all of my camera shots because I just realized this, but it's done. I have built it all out. It is officially a one-day build, done in a day, recorded in a day, definitely not edited in a day since I think I've only got about an hour left in this day, but it is a build. I guess really the only thing left to do at this point is throw it in shaders and see what it looks like. We're in shaders now, and we're down on the lower section of the build, so if I turn the camera around, we'll be looking right into a light and right into the pit of despair. I don't know what I'm calling it. Whatever. It's the lift. We're looking right into the lift pit, and I mean, it looks like a lift. It looks like a lift. It's kind of hard to tell what it is from down here. I kind of think it gets it across, but down here is certainly, I would say, one of the weaker angles, just because, I mean, you're looking at a massive wooden thing across your screen, and it really isn't the easiest to tell because you can't see any of the strings or anything. When you get to one of the higher angles, it gets better though, and it's kind of nice looking through the archway though. Now that I look at this, I didn't really think about this ahead of time, and ooh, the rays, ooh, god rays. Okay, anyway, new angle. Okay, so top down. I mean, we can tell what it is now. It is definitely a lifting mechanism of some sort, moving our trains up and down and up and down and up and down all day long. So, I mean, up here, ooh, how the light shines through the trees and you can just see it just emanating off of the copper. It's actually pretty nice. I don't know why I'm trying to overanalyze all this for you all. I mean, you all can see it with your own eyes. Well, anyway, that's going to be it for me today. That was a one-day train car build here on my survival world, my definitely not forever world, but also technically forever world. It was just started before the whole forever world thing took off world. Anyway, I've been Cadiot. Do the YouTube things, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.